Donnie McClurkin received his calling as a young boy, and he's winning souls now around the world.
Peace you give to me.
Welcome back to Lift Every Voice. Been hanging out with Pastor Donnie here. As a psalmist, the dates, ministering, how do you personally stay filled up? And is it a real challenge?
It's not a real challenge at all because this didn't just happen yesterday. I've been born again since I was 9 years old. And I grew into this. My relationship with God caused me to grow into this. He showed me, and I'm not gonna cry, God help me. He showed me when I was 11 years old what I was gonna do. And I loved Andre Crouch. I loved Andre. I got saved listening to Andre in 1969. Andre's testimony was great. And at 11 years old, he came to sing at our church. And I sat there on a Tuesday night and begged my mother, can I stay until he comes out the back? She said, you got school in the morning. I said, no, let me please. She saw something. My mother saw something. I sat on that front row with all the lights out in the church except for one light over the pulpit. Andre came out of the pastor's office and saw me sitting there. He said, hey, what are you doing there? I said, I was waiting for you. And he said, well, are you born again? I said, yeah. He said, I got born again at 9. I said, me too. And he said, well, do you play the piano? I said, no. He said, I didn't either. But my father laid hands on me when I was 11 years old so that I played the piano. I said, my father can't do it because he's not born again. Andre said, do you mind if I do it?
No way.
He laid his hands on the top of my head and said, Lord, give him what you gave to me.
Jesus.
Patted my face and walked away. And that's how it happened.
Wow.
That's how all of this took place. So I grew into it. I learned how to play the piano because of the anointing that transferred from him to me. No lessons, no formal lessons. Just sitting, hearing God, hearing music, and learning how to funnel it through my head, through my hands to the people. And God did that, prepared me. So traveling now, it's a part and parcel. I travel around the world. The musicality of it is kind of phasing out. The last duet CD that we did with Tremaine Hawkins, Israel Houghton, Marvin Sapp, Dorinda Clark Cole, that's my girl, Justin Savage, Shia Hilliard, Ty Tribbett, all of that was really just getting everything musical out of me. Because all of my focus now is on global ministry. We just got back from the Ukraine, and I'm going back in September, and God opens up ministry. So you got to learn how to sing. Nosh Bog, Semagushi Bog on side, on Pravitsne Beslubov, you remove you, Nosh Bog, Svemagushi Bog. You've got to learn how to do all of that because God calls you and He gives you the responsibility to minister to the nations.
He said unto Judea, Samaria, and all of the ends of the earth, which
parts.
means you may have to learn another language.
And you do. And because you can't go over with an Americanized way. You know, you go to Japan, you can't go with an American gospel. So God gives you the grace to take this gospel of the kingdom, Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world for a ministry, for a witness to all nations. Wherever you go, He will grace you if you make yourself available.
Of the countries you've been to, which pocket of the earth has probably transformed your style of ministering the most?
Africa. 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 If you ever really want to hear music and ministry, Africa.
Pastor Donnie, I so thank you for this time. And what I really received is a theme that I've just really begun to really wrap my head around. When Jesus washed their feet, Jesus was serving the people. And I think so often we kind of get into this, how do we serve and serve here and serve? And we're going to do that. That's a part of it. But when you do that, understand that He wants to serve us. And so I thank you for giving us countless examples, countless testimonies, and evidence that when you do that, every time, He will do abundantly above what you could ever think or ask.
Absolutely, Derek. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
God bless
Such
you,
a pleasure. I'm sitting here with Donnie McClurkin. Did I say his name right?
You said it.
So what are you performing tonight?
Break every chain.
Oh, this is not fair. Y'all singing all the songs that's gonna make us cry and weep and fall on the floor.
Up next, Ty Tribbett talks about how Greater Than is more than just an album.
Greater
than. I mean, it's
Hold on, it's this way, right?
It's this way.
Yeah,
Don't get it wrong.
Don't get it right, yeah.
No, that's less than. We don't want this.
We don't want none of that.